Hi guys, it's Pete here for the punterspage.com with the betting preview of Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford this weekend. Two title challengers face off at Old Trafford, level on points, and both teams will be looking to put down a marker as they look to keep pace with league leaders Manchester City. So we're expecting a fiercely contested battle at Old Trafford as these two teams look to show that they can go on and possibly win the EPL title this year. So a really intriguing game to look forward to this weekend and lots of betting opportunities as well. If you're looking at the outrights, Manchester United are available at 5-4 to win the game. The draw is there at 12-5. While Tottenham are at interesting price at 13-5 to come away with the victory at Old Trafford. And the way Spurs have been in recent weeks, that could be an interesting price for a lot of punters out there who I think will be latching on to that price, especially given Manchester United's stumble in recent weeks. But yeah, both sides have had mixed weeks in the last 7 days or so. Spurs, brilliant last weekend against Liverpool, humiliating them 4-1. It could have been a lot more in that game, but then suffered a shock comeback defeat against West Ham in the Carabao Cup in midweek. 2-0 up at half-time. Spurs looked home and dry, but West Ham produced a brilliant comeback to come back and win 3-2, and that would have hurt Mauricio Pochettino's men. Even though he did make quite a few changes to his side, it was still a strong team, and after the first half performance, they should have really gone on and got the victory well. On the other hand, Manchester United suffered their first Premier League defeat of the season at Huddersfield Town last weekend, and that was a shock for, I think, most punters out there last weekend. I think United were banker material for most people, but they came unstuck, losing 2-1, and it was a deserved defeat for United, with even Jose Mourinho coming out and admitting that after the game. So that was a shock to United, but they got back to winning ways in midweek with a 2-0 win at Swansea City in the Carabao Cup to book their place in the quarterfinals as they look to retain that trophy. But back to the Premier League action this weekend, and this is a key game for both teams, I think, for their own title aspirations. If you look at history, Spurs have only won twice at Old Trafford in the Premier League era. Not the best record they have of going to Old Trafford, while United have won the last 3 meetings at Old Trafford. And they'll really want to show a response to that defeat at Huddersfield by getting the better of Spurs in this contest. But both sides have a few injury problems coming into this game. Manchester United's problems are in midfield. Still no Paul Pogba, Marwan Fellaini, Michael Carrick, while Ander Herrera is also a doubt. And the big concern for United would be as well that Marcus Rashford is a doubt. He's been in great form for United this season with goals and assists to his game, so they'll be desperate for the England striker to be available. While Spurs, on the other hand, they are sweating over the fitness of top goalscorer Harry Kane. He missed the game against West Ham in midweek with an injury, so Mauricio Pochettino will be desperate to have his talisman back for the trip to Old Trafford, and I think he'll make a lit decision, but I'll be pretty sure that Kane will be fit for that game. So a lot of people will be looking at this game as the battle of the two marksmen, Harry Kane for Tottenham and Romelu Lukaku for Manchester United. Lukaku has 7 goals in the Premier League so far this season, while Harry Kane has 8, and he's just been in devastating form in recent weeks for Tottenham. He now has 29 goals in 26 games this calendar year, which is brilliant form by Kane. And if you're looking at anytime goal scorer bets, you can't really look beyond these two. So Harry Kane available at 17 to 11 with Unibet, while Lukaku is available at 11-8 to score anytime with Paddy Power. And although Lukaku's gone off the boil a bit yet, this is the type of game where he'll be looking to prove his critics wrong. So I would expect a big game from Lukaku. But as I mentioned earlier, United's form hasn't been great in recent weeks. Drew 0-0 with Liverpool, lost to Huddersfield, and were far from convincing in that 1-0 win at Benfica in the Champions League just a couple of weeks ago. So it could be a good time for Spurs to go to Old Trafford. They've been great form away from home, winning all 4 of their games in the Premier League away from Wembley this year. But United, normally strong at home, and have yet to concede a goal at Old Trafford. So it'll be a tough test for both teams, this one. That's why I think if you were to have a bet on the outright, I think a draw is probably the best way to go at a 23-10 with Bet365. But I just think Manchester United, with them not being in great form and the way Jose Mourinho normally lines up in the big games against his top 4 rivals, I think he'll be quite defensively minded and he'll be looking to make it tight. So my best bet of the game for Manchester United v Tottenham this weekend is under 2.5 goals at 5-6 with Stan James. And I think there won't be a lot of goals in this game despite the attacking talent on show. United will set up to be hard to beat, while Tottenham have a great defensive record as well. So best bet of the day in this game for me is 5-6 under 2.5 goals with Stan James.